How you day, my peoples of my tribe? It's your girl, Dr. Tomi, better known as Ama Oba. And we have a special guest today. Her name is Toyin Ademoko. She is a public health communication practitioner during the day, but her business that she's really thriving is Toyin Travel Agency, and she's going to give us 7 tips on how to avoid travel wahala. So, over to you. Thank you for being on my Wellness and Wahala podcast. Bless up.
Thank you for having me. Hi, everyone. This is Toyin with Toyin's Travel Agency, and I just wanted to share a few tips for traveling, whether it be domestically or internationally. So first and foremost, you want to plan ahead. If you know that you're going somewhere in a few months, you want to plan ahead, because the last thing you want to do is buy a last minute ticket or reserve hotel at the last minute, because the fees and the prices will be extremely high. So my first tip will be to plan ahead.
Okay.
Next tip number 2 is try not to overpack. If you're going for a weekend trip, say you're going from like a Thursday to a Sunday, Friday to a Monday, you definitely want to just try to see if you can fit everything into a hand luggage, because nowadays most airlines, excluding Southwest, they charge you for your first checked-in bag and your second checked-in bag, and airlines like Spirit and Frontier, they charge you for even your hand luggage. So therefore, you want to not overpack. That would be tip number 2. And tip number 3 would be to make sure you have both cash and a major credit card on you, especially when you're traveling internationally. For those who are traveling with a major credit card, you want to call your credit card company ahead of time to let them know that you're traveling, for example, to Brazil or Mexico or whatnot, to let them know that you will be out of town, and give them the dates that you're out of town, so that they know that within that time frame you'll be using your credit card, and they won't think that someone else has stolen it or is, some kind of fraud alert on your account, because a lot of credit cards do have fraud protection on it. So you definitely want to call your credit card providers to let them know that you will be out of the country and more than likely using your credit card out there.
And not just your credit or your debit card, because it happened to me when I even called my bank. I used that tip, but obviously the banker didn't put the notes in the system and my card was blocked. They said fraud alerts. I said, it's my account, so why I didn't commit fraud? I told you guys I'm getting posted. I'm going to be living overseas, and they blocked my card. I had to wait for them to mail another card to me. It was just a hot mess. So please, this tip is a very good one.
So yes, take cash and take a major credit card with you on your trips, both domestically and internationally. And also, you want to call your phone company ahead of time to let them know also that you will be out of the country if you're traveling internationally. Because some phone companies do charge you for roaming. They do charge you for text messages, calling. So you want to make sure that the area that you're in is covered under your phone coverage plan. So definitely call your phone company and let them know that you'll be traveling internationally, to give them a heads up. So that way, when you're coming back home, you won't get that large bill for making calls and sending text messages. So definitely. Yeah, and roaming as well too. So definitely call your phone company before traveling out of town.
And if it's international, you should not even use your phone at all. So it's even cheaper to get a local SIM card. Like if you're going to Nigeria, get your MTN or Glo or something. And then sometimes if you download, you have WhatsApp, for example, and you have Wi-Fi at your hotel, you better just do Wi-Fi calling, Abby. Or what do you think?
Correct. So that would be my next tip. My next tip is for everyone who travels anywhere in the world to definitely download WhatsApp. A lot of people have it on their phone. So WhatsApp, basically you can get from your Google Play Store or your Apple Store. I'm team Android, team Samsung all the way. So you can get it from your phone, your iTunes Store or Google Play. It's free. It's called WhatsApp, and basically you can make free international calls and free text messages to anywhere in the world.
Is this WhatsApp or WhatsApp? Because
WhatsApp,
like my mother, she says
WhatsApp.
She said WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yes, it's a WhatsApp. It's a free app for you to make international calls and text messages. Okay, what's up? WhatsApp. It's a little green icon. that you can find in your store, Google Play or iTunes store, correct?
Okay, number 6 tip.
Next, apply for a passport early. I have a lot of clients who like to travel internationally, and when I ask them, do they have their passports? A lot of them tell me they do not have it yet, that they're going to put in an application. Yeah, you're kind of playing with fire a little bit if you're, not having a passport, but yet you're booking international trips, and then your international trip comes, and yet your passport has not gotten to you. So what I would say is to apply for a passport at least 2 months out to your trip. If there is a case where you need to travel internationally immediately, there is a case where you can pay an expedited fee to get your passport either that next day or within 24 to 48 hours. Or within that same week, you'll be able to get your passport. So it's either to plan in advance or pay that extra money to get that expedited passport. So definitely get a passport on time before you even book that trip. It's good to have that passport handy.
To save you money, because that happened to me. I didn't know my passport was about to expire, me and my daughter, and I think the fee was $150. But always check on the Department of State, travel website, how much the fee is for expedited fee. If you're doing that quick expedited service, you are going to pay extra money. I think I paid about $150 each for me and my daughter. That's $300. It don't be small coins. So it's better to book in advance. So if I remembered and I looked that and I knew that the thing was going to expire, I would have did it earlier. But
yes, and those two who already have their passports already, definitely check the expiration dates on your passports, because a lot of international flights, if your passport expires like less than 6 months from the time that you travel, then they're not going to let you travel. So definitely look at your passport if you already have one, and make sure that it's more than 6 months time to when it expires, or else you will not be able to travel.
Some countries, they won't even give you visa.
Correct.
So if it's about to expire, they say go and renew. So.
Yeah, that's true. So definitely check on that for those who are applying for one, and those who already have one. Definitely, that's tip number 6. And last but not least, the last tip that I have for you all is to work with a travel agent, i.e. Toyin's Travel Agency. All of our services are completely free. So if you want to go to any destination, you need help booking a trip, you have questions, you want suggestions, ideas, tips, definitely talk to a travel agent, a travel specialist.
Thank you for those 7 travel tips on how to avoid Wahala. If you're tuning in for the first time, Wahala in Nigerian Pidgin English is not issue, not problem. She just told you 7 great tips how to avoid travel Wahala, and I go post it on my IG, Facebook, all the social media sites. But that gets me to my next question. What are the benefits of having a travel agent? Because I always get that question, like, why you have a travel agent? Yes, I need to. It's VIP and it's free. Give me the benefits of having a travel agent like you, madam.
There are a few benefits, just like I mentioned just now. There's no extra cost. It's completely free. Most travel agent or travel specialists do not charge any kind of fee for you to use their services.
Nice.
Basically, you get a personalized service and attention to all the details for your trip without having to hand over more of your hard-earned money to these websites that have a hidden fee when you're booking your vacation packages. Another reason to use a travel agent is basically personalized service. Your travel agent basically is your personal concierge for everything regarding your trip. They know your needs and preferences, and they're able to answer any questions or concerns that you may have while on your trip. So, if you're on your trip, you have some kind of issues with checking in, with your room, with your flight, you can immediately call your travel agent. They're only a phone call away. You can text them. You can send them an email. They're pretty much there for you before your trip, during your trip, and after your trip. So that's another reason to use a travel agent.
That's like your VIP fast lane agent.
Basically, it's like VIP services for the free, and a lot of travel agents, they have extensive knowledge. Basically, we're experts in various travel destinations. We know the ins and outs, and we're able to give you insider tips and suggestions that you may have not even considered yourself. So that's another reason to use a travel agent. And one of the last reasons to use a travel agent, if you know that you're planning a trip ahead of time, say you wanted to plan a trip a year out, you can plan a trip with a travel agent and lock in that vacation package with a very low deposit and then pay over time until the balance is due. So
nice.
When you're booking, so basically you can pay in installments.
Okay.
you have a low deposit, or, if you don't have that money at all during that time before it's, due, then you can just pay on the due date. You can pay the balance amount on the due date. And you have a lot of these packages where if you're doing a website, they want you to pay everything up front. So like I said, if you're planning a trip ahead of time, you can book with a travel agent and pay a low deposit fee. So that's another benefit of using a travel agent. And once again, the services of a travel agent are free, i.e. my company, Toyin's Travel Agency. So you can contact me anytime, and I can put a great trip together for you at a great price. So
thank you, Toyin, for dropping us with these travel tips so we can avoid Wahala on our next trip. And you guys, I have a great gift and giveaway for you guys that have tuned in to the Wellness and Wahala podcast. For you, whoever is the first one to call Toyin Travel Agency after listening to my Wellness and Wahala podcast and tell her that you heard her on Wellness and Wahala podcast, you get $25 off your next package of travel and your hotel and your airfare. $25 off. You don't hear me? $25 off gift card from us, from Wellness and Wahala podcast and travel agency. Thank you, Eshegon.
no problem.
Thank you. So please like and follow Toyin Travel page and the Wellness and Wahala podcast. Drop your comments and and please give us your contact information. How can they contact you?
Sure, you guys can contact me via telephone at 470-236-6235, or you can email me at Toyin, that is TOYIN, travel agency, all one word, at gmail.com. Once again, that's Toyin Travel Agency at gmail.com. And you can find me on IG and Facebook at Toyin's Travel Agency. Hope to hear from you all.
Thank you. And
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for always coming and supporting us. And the African proverb of the week, guess what? It is traveling is learning, and it's from Kenya. Once again, traveling is learning. It is a great opportunity to travel. You get to learn about different cultures, history, food, eat different food from different countries. It's just a blessing to travel, and you learn a lot. You get a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and you get enlightened. It's not everything that you read in book not true. It's better you go see them yourself, practical. So traveling is learning. Thank you once again for tuning in to the Wellness and Wahala podcast, and I wish you no Wahala this week. Thank you. Bless up.